With the Fairy Tail 100 Years Quest anime finally here, you probably have some questions about the 5 dragon gods that Team Natsu will be facing in the sequel story to Fairy Tail. Who are they? What are their powers? How strong are they compared to Acnologia? And more. We're going to tell you everything you need to know about the 5 dragon gods of Fairy Tail. Before we dive into the details, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more Fairy Tail content and updates on all your favorite anime. Don't forget to click the notification bell so you never miss a new video. As always, this video will contain some spoilers, but we'll keep them limited to what you need to understand each character's power and personality. Stick to the bare minimum of what you absolutely need to know. The first thing you need to know is that the 5 dragon gods actually started out as the 6 dragon gods. They are from the northern continent, and each of the remaining 5 dragon gods is strong enough to rival Acnologia in power. Depending on how you scale some of them, their power might even surpass Acnologia. The dragon gods fled to the northern continent in the past to escape Acnologia. But as they stayed hidden, their power continued to grow, and some of them now have power that blows Acnologia out of the water. The reason they are called gods is because of their overwhelming power, which struck total fear into the hearts of humans on this continent. They carried out misdeeds and possessed an insane amount of power that no human could ever hope to rival. Because of their power, they chose to stay separated to avoid fighting, as massive battles between them could lead to a calamity. However, some of the dragon gods do have beef with one another. They kept such a low profile that no one knew about them during the Dragon King Festival, the war between the dragons and the dragon slayers. When you watch the first few episodes of the anime and hear about the 5 dragon gods, you might think they are a group fighting together, like the admirals from One Piece or the Akatsuki from Naruto, but that's not the case. Each of them is strongly implied to possess mastery over a transformation magic that allows them to transform into humans and retain a considerable amount of their power from their dragon forms. The reason for the 100-year quest is that over the span of 160 years, there have been 98 failed attempts to kill the dragon gods. This was the mission that Gildarts got critically injured on when he mistakenly fought Acnologia, thinking he was a dragon god. If Gildarts had faced the real dragon gods, he likely wouldn't have survived. Now that you know the rough history of the dragon gods, let's go over each of them individually in the story. Ignia, the son of Igniel, is the dragon god that Natsu is most interested in. Unlike Natsu, Ignia is Igniel's biological son. He wants to fight Natsu because he learned that Natsu and the other dragon slayers took down Acnologia. However, Natsu is nowhere near Ignia's level of power at the start of the 100-year quest. In his dragon form, Ignia resembles his father. In his human form, he has bulging muscles and an arrogant personality. He thrives on battle and isn't above endangering innocent people to provoke Natsu into fighting. Ignia has casually burned entire countries and is incredibly powerful, with flames that Natsu struggles to control. Next, we have Mercphobia, the water dragon god, who should be the first dragon god you meet in the anime. Unlike Ignia, Mercphobia isn't 100% evil. The people of his city worship him as a god because he protects them. He has a fondness for a human girl named Carla, much like how Igniel cared for Natsu. However, Mercphobia admits that he has killed many humans in the past. In his dragon form, he looks like a sea serpent, and in his human form, he dresses like a pirate. Mercphobia can be both a protector and a threat, depending on how he views you. His powers are formidable, and he can create water barriers, move chunks of water into the sky, and even split the ocean. Selene, the moon dragon god, is the only female dragon god and one of my favorite characters in Fairy Tail 100 Years Quest. She has powers related to the stars and the moon, and is known as the dragon that can cross dimensions. Her goal is to destroy the other dragon gods, and she will go to great lengths to achieve it. Selene is also the guild master of Diabolos, a guild of 5th-generation dragon slayers known as Dragon Eaters. In her dragon form, she is a long, sleek dragon with white and black fur. In her human form, she is super curvy and attractive. Selene traveled to other worlds in search of weapons strong enough to kill the other dragon gods and has the ability to transport her enemies to other dimensions. Next up is Aldoron, the wood dragon god and the largest of the dragon gods. He is so huge that Team Natsu initially mistakes him for a large city. Aldoron's power is split between 5 orbs that are hidden in different parts of his body. He was recovering from a battle with Acnologia when we meet him, and he absorbs the life force of humans to help sustain himself. His wood dragon magic allows him to create multiple trees and shoot them at his targets, as well as create sharp thorns from his body that can impale his enemies. His stamina is insane, and Natsu struggles to land any meaningful damage on him. Lastly, we have Viernes, the gold dragon god. He infuses his will into the gold owl headquarters and becomes its master. His primary goal is to stand toe-to-toe with Athena, who was originally created to destroy the dragon gods. Viernes uses gold slayer magic, which allows him to turn anything hit by his gold dragon's roar into gold. He can also create gold coins that fall from the sky like rain, crushing anything they hit. Unfortunately, Viernes isn't around for a long period in the story, so there isn't as much to say about him compared to the other dragon gods. Finally, there's Doggermag, the earth dragon god, who was the weakest of the dragon gods when they were known as the 6 dragon gods. Even after his defeat, his power created an eternal maze named after him. Doggermag was on good terms with Ignia, referring to him as a brother, and Ignia considered him his only true friend. Doggermag possesses Earth Dragon Slayer magic and Law Dragon Slayer magic, the latter of which gives him dominion over the attribute of law and knowledge of the magic world. He can manipulate earth and rocks to attack his enemies and create nearly indestructible barriers. That's all for the 5 dragon gods of Fairytale 100 Years Quest. We kept things brief and didn't cover any major spoilers, but there's more Fairytale content coming as the 100-Year Quest anime continues. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to click the notification bell so you never miss an update. Your support really helps the channel grow and allows us to keep making content like this. See you in the next video.